All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, the honor, and the glory unto Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone. GMS would taught me this truth, and honors to all the Akim out there. Let's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith in the Wadi Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, for allowing me to come back with another lesson. Not sure what the title of this lesson is going to be, but it's inspired by the brother out there, the elder out there in Sacramento. Y'all will call it not. And pretty much, his lesson, his sunrise spiritual speaking, was pretty much going on, men that are, slothful or sluggish, all right, that are in this truth that, if you don't get out of that spirit, you're gonna get spewed out. You're gonna get you're gonna be a castaway, for the most part, and that is what will happen if you deal with the slack hand in the Heavenly Father's business. All right, if you're sloth, the Most High, He does not approve of a slothful servant. He wants His men to be what? Diligent. All right, which is the the opposite of slothful. All right, and the Most High, He requires us to to work out our own salvation with the fear and the trembling of YAHAWASHI, and for the most part, I wanted to just focus more so on the how would I want to say this? I want to focus on how you counter that, how you counter from being a slugger, man. What do you do? What do you have to do to not be slothful or sluggish? You have to be diligent, and really you have to be into this word consistently and day in and day out without fail. Okay, no matter what, man, you always got to be continuously in the word, man, in the scriptures. And that's what's gonna keep you from being a slothful servant or someone that is sluggish. Okay, because if you're in the word all the time, if you're occupied, you're gonna continuously be in the spirit, man. And you being in the spirit, you being in the word it's gonna cause you to not be slothful. Okay, and that's what you want to do. You want to be always consistently in the word, making your lessons, reading, watching. This is what keeps you going. This is what keeps you on fire. Okay. Let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 3. Verse 13, it says, but exhort one another daily. You see, so we must exhort one another daily to what? To good works. All right. To keep on pushing, to keep on striving for this truth. Okay. It says, but exhort one another daily while it's called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. See? So we want to exhort one another daily. All right. Daily exhorting one another to keep on fighting, Let's go to Psalm 61 and 8. It says, so will I sing praise unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. You see, so you must continue to daily perform thy vows. You consistently, you making your lessons, you watching brothers, you watching, measuring the times diligently, you reading, you read your chapters, whatever the case may be, however you do it, you continuously do that. That's going to keep you sharp. That's going to keep you from being in a slothful or sluggish spirit. Okay, you daily performing your vows. You daily in the scriptures. Okay. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 8. Proverbs chapter 8, verse let's start at 33. Proverbs 8 and 33, it says, hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. And that's right. And that's what you want to do. You want to hear instructions. All right. First and foremost, so what the scriptures say, and those men that exhort one another to good works, exhort one another to keep on pushing, to keep on fighting. You know, that's what's going to keep you going, man. You know, you want to hear the instruction, be wise, all right, and refuse it not. Because if you refuse it, you're going to be in a sluggish spirit, you know. You're going to be in a slothful spirit, you know. And that's the spirit that you do not want to be in. Because those that refuse the word, that refuse instructions, and they're not being wise, that causes them to what? To be sluggish, to be lukewarm, to be a slothful. Okay, because they didn't take heed to the instruction. All right, they weren't wise. And it says, "Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my door." So you become blessed when you heareth, you know, the words of YAHAWASHI and install it into your everyday life. Okay, and you watching daily at the gates. And it said, "Whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord." You see. But it says, "But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death." You see. And you don't wanna you know, be in that type of spirit, you know, to where you what's the words I'm looking for? You don't want to be in the type of spirit where you just, you know, you doing whatever you want. You're not taking heed to the instruction, you know. You're being slothful. You know, the Most High, he doesn't require that, man. He does not approve of that. That's something that he hates. You know, he hates a slothful servant. Okay. And you're wronging your own soul, man, because you being sluggish, you being slothful, you're actually hurting yourself, man. And not just yourself, but everybody that pertains unto you, everything or everyone that you love. You know, if you continue in that spirit and you don't repent, you don't get on the right track, you don't get your head in the game, man, eventually it might not be that day, it might not be tomorrow, but eventually the Most High, he's gonna get you, you know, because he has no use for you. All right, if you being sluggish, man, you know, he doesn't need you, man. So he's gonna just what? Put you away. Okay. You know, and then we have to continue to just do this daily, man. This is what's gonna keep us out of that spirit of a sluggish servant, you know, a slothful servant. All right, by daily rising up, praying, watching, you know, learning, put something together in our mind, a lesson to put together, you know, whatever the case may be, continuously abiding in the work, abounding. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. And it said, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord." You see, so we must be steadfast and unmovable and always abounding in this work. Okay? Daily rising. All right? That's what the prophets did. That's what the Lord sent his prophets out to do, to daily rise early. And he sent them. I'm roughly paraphrasing. I'm going to grab it right here. I believe it's Jeremiah 7:25. Yep. It says, "Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them." You see? So daily. The prophets were on a daily job, and which that job that they were doing and the job that they were rehearsing was what? The preaching of this word. Okay? Now, I want to see what they have for this word daily in here. Let me see what it is. Might be this one. Yeah, I think this is it. What the hell's going on? All right, this is I believe this is the word daily. This is day, time, year, day, 24-hour period, as defined by evening and morning, as a division of time, a working day, a day's journey, days, lifetime, time period, year, so on and so forth. Now let's go and just look this up. here real quick. Salakia. What the hell, man? Daily definition. Daily definition. It says done, preceded or occurring every day or every weekday, a daily newspaper. See, and that's the thing. Like with news, and you brothers correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right. Because my woman's grandfather, he's up in age, he's old, he can't really do much, but all he does all day is what? Watch the news, and that's a daily thing. I see him every day, every morning when I wake up. He's in the news. He's watching the news. With the heater right next to him. He's always watching news, and that's a day-to-day thing from Monday to Sunday. They always give you what? There's always, something that they're telling you, whether weather, politics, crime, whatever the case may be, they're always there to tell you, the daily news. And that's what we have to be like. Daily pushing out this word. Okay? Oops. It says every day, day to day, diurnal. I remember I made a video on that. You must be diurnal in this truth, man. All right, when you look up that word diurnal, it says daily of each day. See? It's what's that word? Repetition. Okay. Let me see how you pronounce this word.
Quotidian.
Ordinary, everyday, especially when mundane. Quotidian. It's a weird word. Let's see. Naturally on a 24-hour cycle. Even, how do you say this?
Circadian.
Okay. And this is what you want to be like. You want to be doing this every day. You want to be diurnal. Okay. This is what's going to keep you sharp. It's what's going to keep you out of that spirit. Okay. Of being slothful or sluggish. It keeps your head in the game. You consistently always abiding in the word. Okay. So coming back here, yeah, I'm pretty much done with this one. So from here, let's go to our greatest example that we have, our Lord YAHAWASHI. He was daily. He was daily teaching, man, daily in the scriptures. It's Matthew 26 and 55. Yup. Yeah, and this is when Judas Iscariot was betrayed. Or I'm sorry, this is when YAHAWASHI, forgive me. This is when YAHAWASHI was betrayed by Judas Iscariot. Okay. And it says, let's start from 55. Yeah, let's just get to the point. Matthew chapter 26 and 55. In that same hour said YAHAWASHI to the multitudes, are ye come out as against me as a thief with swords and staffs for to take me? It says, I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and ye laid no hold on me. You see? So our Lord YAHAWASHI, he was daily in the temple. Our Lord YAHAWASHI, he wasn't sluggish, man. All right, YAHAWASHI was about the business. He was about the Father's business. And he was sent on the task to do his Father's will. All right, let's grab that. Nope, Salakia. Let's go to St. John. Chapter 6 and 38. And it says, for I come down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And that's right. And we're not here to just do whatever the hell we want to do. We got to do the will of YAHAWASHI. Okay? And that's what our Lord YAHAWASHI came to do. He did his Father's will, man. All right? And he completed everything that he was appointed to do. The task that was entrusted to him. All right? He completed it all. That's why he said, before he died, before he gave up the ghost, that he said what? It is done. And what was done? The Father's will. Okay? And we have to continue on carrying on the Father's will by preaching his word. Continue on to carry this legacy that we have. That this word that we've been given. Okay? To continuously preach the word, do the will of the Most High. Because the scriptures also say, when you go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 17, it says what? Yep. It says, this is 1 John 2:17. The world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahawah abideth forever. You see, so them who do the will of the Most High with all faith and fervency shall abide forever, man. And that's what we're trying to do. We want to do the will so that we may receive the reward, or receive the prize. Okay. Our hope is that we are part of the elect so that we may abide forever. Okay. Matter of fact, what's that? Oh man, I just fleed my mind. Man. Oh yeah, I mentioned fever. Okay. I mentioned the word fever. What's that? Romans 12. Romans chapter 12, verse 11, it says, not slothful in business, fervent in the spirit, serving the Lord. You see, so you want to be fervent in the spirit, and that's that's where you get that word fever from. Okay. So it said not slothful in business. What business is that talking about? It's talking about the business of the Most High. All right, YAHAWASHI, this work that we go undo. When we make our lessons, when we go out to the highways and into the byways, that's the business of the Most High. And it said not slothful in business. So you don't want to be slothful in this. It says fervent in the spirit, serving the Lord. So you want to be fervent. All right, you want to have a fever for this, man. You know? And this, like I said, I'm going to keep on saying it. This is what's going to keep you out of a slothful spirit. You know, it's going to keep you sharp. It's going to keep you going. You know, you want to take up your cross daily, man. Okay. As it says in, it said twice. I believe it's said twice in the same chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Luke 9. Let me see. It was written in red. So, 23. It says, and he said unto them all, this is our Lord YAHAWASHI speaking, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. And that's what we have to do, to take up our cross daily and follow our Lord YAHAWASHI. All right. Okay, and I believe it said again in this, because this is a long chapter, so it might be towards the end. Yep. Luke 9:62. And YAHAWASHI said unto them, and YAHAWASHI said unto him, no man having put his hand on the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. See? So you don't want to take your hand off the plow. You don't want to, to not take up your cross daily. You know, if you stop taking up your cross, you stop abiding or abounding in the work of the Most High. You just kind of just tuck it away and put it in your back pocket somewhere. The Most High, the scriptures just said that you're not fit for the kingdom. All right. You don't want to take your hand off the plow, man. You taking your hand off the plow, man, you're a slothful and wicked servant. All right. Because you tucking away YAHAWASHI's money. All right. You putting your talent away, man. You know, and you doing that, man, you're wronging your own soul. You're wronging yourself. Okay. And it says, yeah, that's pretty much it. So from here, let's go to Acts. Okay. Because when you read the book of Acts, it talks about what? It talks about how, especially when you go to like Acts, the second chapter. I believe it's the second chapter. Let me see. It's not this one. I believe it's the 5th chapter, but I'm going to read this one as well. This is Acts 2:46. It says, and they continuing daily with one accord in the temple and breaking bread from house to house. Now, this isn't talking about, oh, you get a loaf and you get a loaf of bread and you get this and here you eat that. It's talking, this is it's like when you read, see, and you retarded Christians will read that and be like, see, they was feeding people, that was breaking that bread, wheat bread. You know, it's not talking about that. This book and the elder apostle Gabar said this. This book is codified, man. This book is it got it's codified. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Man. There's certain things that is set. The scriptures say that means something else. I can't think of the word at the moment, but when it says breaking bread from house to house, it's talking about what? This word. Because this word is likened to what? Milk, meat, honey, water. That's why when you go to I'm going to come back to this. That's why when you go to the book of Psalms, the 23rd chapter, what did David say? David said Psalms 23 verse 3, or I'll start at 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me by the still waters. You see, it's representing the word. Okay. And then when you go to the book of Isaiah, the 55th chapter, it talks about this. It says, Isaiah 55 verse 1, it says, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. And he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Because this word, when you receive it, freely you receive, and freely ye shall give. Roughly paraphrasing, because this word isn't we don't charge. We're not on the highways and the hedges, and we got a bucket and be like, we can't say anything until you throw some of that money up in there. Then we'll speak to you this word. It's not like that, man. This word is without price, okay, without money, But like I said, the word represents what? Wine, milk, honey, so on and so forth, water, all these things, okay. So let's go back to the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 46. And they continued daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising Yahawah and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved. You see, because they were what? Preaching this word. And the apostles, the disciples of our Lord YAHAWASHI, they did this daily, man. They did this nonstop, man. All right. They were diligent men, That's why and that's how you want to be, That's how us brothers want to be. We want to be diligent men. First and foremost, looking at our greatest example, our Lord YAHAWASHI, man. Okay, and the apostles, right behind him, because those men weren't slothful men. All right, they were diligent men. All right. When you go, matter of fact, staying in the book of Acts, let's go to Acts 17, verse 16. It says, now while Paul waited for them in Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogues with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. You see, so Paul, he was there daily, man. He was daily preaching, man. And Paul talks about how, what's that? Run the race, run all. Let me see if it pops up. Yep, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse. Let me see. Okay, let's 1 Corinthians 9 and 24. Ye know not, it says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run, that ye may obtain it. And that's right. And this is a race that we're in. This is a fight. Okay? And we're getting towards this end. We're getting towards the end of this race. And when you look up certain like Usain Bolt, when he ran track, the fastest man alive, and probably ever, you don't see him slowing down, man. Nor do you see any of the other opponents that he's going up against slow down, man. They're going harder towards the end of the race, man. So that they may obtain a the prize, which would be that gold medal, you know, in the Olympics. Now, that's what we have to do. We have to continue, us being towards the end of this race, man. We got to keep on pushing, man. We got to actually go harder, man. You know, be even more diligent, man. Okay? So that we may obtain that incorruptible crown, okay? Because the majority of the people that, you know, participate in any thing that receives a reward, whether it be, you know, acting, singing, dancing, sports, fighting, whatever the case may be, you get a belt, you know, that's a corruptible crown, you know, that shit rusts over time, you know, it doesn't last forever, okay? But the prize in which the elect are going to receive, it's going to be, it's going to abide forever, man. But it says, and every man that striveth for the masteries is temperate in all things. So and that's what you have to do. You have to strive for the masteries, all right? And it says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. You see, so we're doing this for an incorruptible, man. All right? A crown that never rusts, all right? Nor catches dust. Okay? And it says, I therefore so run, not as uncertain, so fight I as one that beateth, so fight I not as one that beateth the air. And that's right, man, because we run certain, you know, our confidence comes from the fear of the Lord, man, you know, and that fear goes a long way, man, and keeps you sharp, keeps you going, man, you know, and it's a beautiful thing to have, man. There's not many people have it. So from here, let's go to Acts 5, and I'm gonna grab a couple more precepts and I'm gonna wrap up through the Spirit. This is the book of Acts, chapter let's see where we want to go. Acts 5:37, and it says, and after this man rose Judas of Galilee in the day of taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were despaired. And it says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of man, it will come to naught. But if it be of Yahawah, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. And this is when the apostles were you know, they were pretty much you know, persecuted, okay, and you know the Pharisees were telling them, hey, didn't we tell you to not speak in that name? And then when you keep on reading, let me just keep on going. And it says, to him they agreed, and they had called the apostles and beaten them. And that's right, and they beat the apostles for teaching in this name. And it says they commanded that they should not speak in the name of YAHAWASHI, and let them go. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were accounted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And it says, and daily in the temple and in every house they cease not to teach and preach YAHAWASHI Mashiach. So they said the hell with what they got to say, because when you go to the 29th chapter, let me start at 28. It says, saying, did not we sternly command you that ye shall not teach in this name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intended to bring this man's blood upon us. And then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than man. So they said, we obey the Most High, man. Who the hell are you? You know? All right. And then after them were beating and they suffered shame, they rejoicing that they were accounted worthy to suffer shame for, you know, Yahawashi's name. They still continued to daily teach and preach. They cease not, and that's what we have to do. We have to cease not to teach and preach YAHAWASHI HaMashiach. And this is what's going to keep us sharp. This is what's going to keep us from being in a slothful and sluggish spirit. Okay, by you being in this word, man. Because if you being in this word, man, hey, man, you're gonna get stronger and stronger, man. You're gonna always, you know, be in the spirit, man. you know. But if you're not daily and you're not, you know, teaching and preaching, you're not performing your vows daily, you're not praying, you're not watching, you're not reading, you're not learning, then slowly and surely the Most High, he's going to take that spirit and that talent that he gave you and take it away and give it to another man who really wants to do this work, you know. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end it off there through the Spirit, Akim. You know, I pray and I hope that this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. As always, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rokak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders, a great millstone. GMS who taught me this truth. And honors to all the Akim out there that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And until the next time I say, brothers, Shalom.